Superdash. It is a very powerful tool in Dragonball FighterZ that allows you to approach your opponent and bypass neutral. However, although it's a very strong tool, it also is very easily punishable. Today, we'll be going over 3 main ways on how to punish Superdashes going from easy, intermediate to advanced. If you guys do find this video helpful, please do drop a like and subscribe. It massively helps out the channel. And if you have any questions about this, drop them down in the comments and I'll try to answer them to the best of my personal ability. So the first method to beating Superdashes is by using a 2H. Now, this one may seem very obvious to a lot of you guys out there, however, a lot of beginners actually don't know what a 2H is and realize it's so good. So basically, those of you who don't know, 2H is an acronym for down heavy / down circle if you're playing on PlayStation. The reason why this is so good against Superdashes is because that down heavy input is invincible to all aerial physical attacks, including Superdashes, which means the opponent does Superdash at you, you can press down circle and get a guaranteed punish. And if you're a beginner out there and you're not used to the timing of punishing a Superdash, a good way to practice this is actually by going on training mode and set the training dummy to Superdash at different times via the training recording settings. By doing this, you'll get used to the timing of Superdashes and you're able to do it on a reaction rather than just smashing it on prediction. And I did this when I first got in the game and it took me like 10 minutes. It was not hard to learn. And once you grasp the hang of it, it's a really useful tool. The second method to playing against Superdashes is by baiting it and punching it. A good way to bait a Superdash is by instant air dashing forward and backwards. The reason why this is so good is because your opponent will most likely Superdash at you when you're in the air, because when you're in the air you can't punch it with a 2H. So by instant air dashing, you're constantly moving in the air and briefly on the ground. However, if there's at least half a screen distance between you and the opponent and they Superdash at you, you would usually land in time to punish it with a 2H purely on reaction. Quick side note, if you're watching this and you don't know what an instant air dash is, an instant air dash is when you press up forward very quickly or up backward very quickly. And what this does is it allows your character to dash the very second to leave the ground, giving you very fast and efficient aerial movement. So once again, just like last time, a good way to practice this is by going in training mode and set the training dummy to Superdash at you at different times. Set one recording to 100 frames, 150, 200, so on and so forth. And then once you efficiently can instant air dash and punish Superdash on reaction in training mode, try it in an online match. And then just keep doing it, and eventually you'll get the hang of it and become a pro. So the third and final method of punishing a Superdash is by poking it. So you know what poking is? Poking is when you punch your opponent out of Superdash mid-air using your jab button, which is a square button if you're playing on PlayStation. The reason why this is so good is because it allows you to punish your opponent's Superdash from anywhere on screen, giving you a high damaging punish. But that is very hard to execute, as well the timing of the punish will always differ depending on the timing of your opponent's Superdash, and if you mess it up, it can be very costly, as your opponent will hit you, they get the knockdown, get a chance to continue the pressure, which can be hard to get out of. With that said though, I still do think this is a technique very much worth learning, or at the very least practicing, for 2 main reasons. A, if you do learn this, it is a phenomenally useful tool that minimizes your opponent's options for approach. And B, by just practicing it, by simply practicing it, it actually hones your reaction time, improves your air-to-air game, as well as it helps you to measure the distance if your character's air normals, and sort of improves your aim ability and makes you just know in general when to punch and when to jab and when not to. So by learning this, you're not only getting one extra tool to help you punish your opponent's Superdashes, but you're also just in general getting better at the game, which I assume why you clicked on this video in the first place. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you got any questions, put them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them to the best of my ability. I'm sure you'll like and subscribe. It's a cost you a thing and massively helps me out. As usual, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.